Hello everyone, I'm Rajesh Jaraman, Head of Product Management at Nippon India Mutual Fund. I have been part of the asset management industry over the last couple of decades. I've seen a huge transition during this period. Overall, when we look at the landscape of investing, that's where we think today I'm here to talk to you about Nippon India Large Cap Fund, which represents the largest set of businesses from market cap point of view. So when I say largest set of businesses, it's actually primarily looking to invest in the top 100 businesses in the country by market capitalization. So these are the set of businesses which are leaders, which are very, very well established. And hence you can gauge from the name itself, the magnanimity or the humongousness in terms of the underlying businesses. These businesses come with a very, very strong track record, having survived different kind of market cycles. So within this, how do we approach? What's the fund philosophy? In fact, this fund has a track record of more than 16 years, 17 years as I speak to you. It's a fairly long track record. As a house, we approach the investments with one important framework, which is growth at reasonable valuations. So there are different set of market cycles which keep happening. But one thing which market recognizes over a period of time is the valuations at which you are able to buy and the underlying fundamentals which present a business. So our attempt is to try and own some of the best-in-class businesses. Internally, we've put up a very, very strong research support to try and have an hedge in terms of the ability to identify the changing trends and accordingly capture that in the fund's portfolio. When I say large caps, there could be an impression that probably this is a segment, do we get enough growth? Because obviously there are smaller segments in the market which there's a lot of appetite for. A lot of investors keep looking at that faster growing segments. Very, very interestingly, what is large cap in India is quite small from a global standpoint of view. Today, if you look at it, one of the largest market cap companies worldwide, the market cap of that one single company is much more than the 100 companies in India market cap put together. Look at the Indian large caps as overall part of the global businesses or the global companies. The top 100 companies by market cap worldwide, India would have only 3 companies presently. So it tells you there's a huge runway for growth from an Indian large cap point of view. Also, when you look at the domestic markets, what you see is the dominating presence of large caps across different sectors. In fact, roughly about 60% of the market cap today belongs to the large caps, which is the top 100 companies. Also, if you look at the profitability, around 2/3 of the overall profitability of the listed universe in India is dominated by large caps. So that gives us an idea of what is potential which is there within the large cap universe. The attempt is to maintain a very, very well diversified portfolio across this larger set of businesses. Also, attempt is to try and look at some of the changing trends. For example, there could be some niche trends wherein the market leaders can scale up significantly and where some part of the portfolio can also be invested or allocated to. So this is a very strong philosophy which we follow. At the same time, we are very, very mindful of the risk management or the risk optimization, as we would like to put it. So therein, we have put in very strong guardrails or safeguards, which we do when we do the fund management process or the stock selection process. So we have a very, very rigorous internal filtration process, basis which we decide on the universe of stocks where we want to participate in. Again, this is followed up with a lot of internal restrictions or guidelines or framework basis which the stock selection and the sector allocation is done. We follow a blend of the macro-driven or the top-down approach, as well as the bottom-up or the stock-picking kind of approach when it comes to the portfolio. So over the years, when we look at some of these risk management practices, has helped us register reasonably better performances across different market cycles. So this is why we think large cap fund is something which an investors can consider, and within which Nippon India Large Cap Fund, a fund with a reasonably well-established track record and which the investor can consider with the help of their advisors. Also, when we look at the risk element or what kind of investor profile would suit investing into this fund, so any investor who's seeking to participate in equity markets, a large cap fund should be part of their core investment portfolios. But within the different categories on the equity side, large cap fund would be the start category. And since the investments largely happens in very, very well-known names, you could say there is a better visibility when you look at these set of businesses. So that's what an investor can look at. Also, ideally, like any other equity product, an investor needs to look at a medium term to slightly longer term kind of time frame when they look at investments in this particular product category. What is the best method to invest? Because this is a constant question which keeps coming in from all the investors. Should we do one time or lump sum, or should we do SIPs, or should we do STPs? So we think all 3 modes can be considered when it comes to investments into Nippon India Large Cap Fund or any large cap fund for that matter. We would think ideally you can consider a combination of lump sum plus SIPs depending upon your requirements, and again taking help from your advisor as to how to go about the same. and you can participate in this fund through multiple ways these days. So online platforms is something which is available to you. Dhan is another platform which you can participate through. Nippon India Mutual Fund website can also help you achieve that same results by participating through the website. So we think it's an interesting proposition which an investor can consider. If you're looking at equities, large caps cannot be avoided. It has to find a place in your portfolio, again, basis your risk appetite and investment goals. So something which you can consider from a longer term perspective. So that's all from our side. Thank you.
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.